Hello, guys, my people. So, welcome to today's show. My name is CHUKS, and you're on GFL TV, the home of football. So, if today is the first time where you see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So, for now, we'll start with today's morning show. All right, so funny news coming from David Moyes after they lose their match against Chelsea. So for those who know they are aware, Chelsea beats West Ham 5-0, 5 unreplied goals. Now, after the match, for the post-match press conference, they're going to interview David Moyes. But they ask and say, wetin make una lose like that? Wetin really sup? The first thing will come out from your mouth na Declan Rice. They're going to ask and make him expatiate. But back on the explain, say, say Declan Rice, now be they help them, they protect them. They protect the back four, you get, from all this kind of thing. Like, before attack go near them, they cut out like 50% of opposition attack, all the interceptions, all the good tackling. So, since we know on the, say, that protection, they no can they get them again. But this was the same David Moyes that actually came out early on in the season when they buy Alvarez from Ajax, could be defensive midfielder. They say they don't need David Moyes, they don't need Declan Rice again. That they have a very, very good player. I remember seeing them buy Alvarez, they still buy this one where they play free kick, the name don't escape, James Ward-Prowse. They still buy that one, they buy some other, they still carry Kudus come. They use that Declan Rice money, charter players, scatter everywhere. Now, surprisingly, they can't chop 5 goals from Chelsea. And when I see that in Omodity pay me now, I say, she na this West Ham where Miguel Antonio, they come outside, they make mouth, say, where Arsenal. Say Arsenal is going to win the league at the end of the day. Say, if the title race goes down to the final day, the final week, Arsenal have won it. We are not going to lie down for Man City. Yeah. Now Chelsea knock 5-0. As I just see that result, my mind just caught. I say, see people with the bank on. Oh, they say they be sure banker. Say end of the season, they go stand by us. And they flog like this, like tomorrow no day. So what makes it very like that statement from David Moyes? I want to believe say think I'm well, like know when you talk because how can you chop 5-0 from Chelsea and the first thing that comes out of your mouth in the media space is Declan Rice? Say Declan Rice now make una lose. Say because day again. That is embarrassing. You get, but it is what it is. She been a Western fan, say Declan Rice, I don't need them again. Yeah. It came to me as a shock. In fact, I saw the story on the Metro when I was conducting research. I just did laugh. Did I see the headline? I just did laugh. David Moyes blames Declan Rice's absence after West Ham 5-0 defeat to Chelsea. Like, how? Well, it is what it is. Now, at the time about the 5-0, so they chop the 5-0. Now, no people that one that they focus on now. So when you look at the match when Liverpool said play against Tottenham Hotspur don't chop 4-2. In fact, it was initially 4-0. So I was even rooting for them. So okay, if Tottenham Hotspur can even get a draw, because from my calculations, I can't look say Brighton. Remember I said it earlier. Say Aston Villa going to the Amex Stadium at Brighton without Emiliano Martinez. They were using Olsen as their goalkeeper. It's going to be somewhat difficult. And when you add to the fact that Yuri Tillemans already collecting your own injury, it's going to be difficult for that Brighton match. Brighton welcome back Adam Webster, which was like they said that since you don't play Sharon go injury, so that was like the first time we will see Adam Webster and Duncan about to be running, and that one self like that best defensive partnership. So Adingra stole the show. In fact, I was even wondering why the match ended 1-0 because I watched him. I was rooting for Brighton to beat Aston Villa, which they did. So as them beat them, now Tottenham is going to play Liverpool. I say, okay, even if you know if you beat Liverpool, get a draw at least, so that the 7 points difference you will cut them to 6. Then you still get one match outstanding for their head. As it stand now, based on say Tottenham must lose against Liverpool, so it don't be still 7 points difference between them and Aston Villa. But the difference is Aston Villa get 2 games to go, one against Liverpool and another one against Crystal Palace. Whereas this Tottenham Hotspur, their next game now against Burnley. And when you look at Tottenham Hotspur calendar, you see they don't lose like their last 4 games. They don't lose them. Everybody, they knock them. So look at it this way. If Spurs win their outstanding match against Burnley, Spurs go there 4 points behind Aston Villa. by the time they want to play Man City. At least that 4 points difference by the time they want to play Man City. So I'm looking at it as an incentive, even though I don't really get that confidence in them. I'm looking at that at least 4 points. They will look say, okay, even if we can get a draw, they don't need to beat Man City. If we can get a draw against Man City, all things being equal, the next game where Aston Villa go play, according to their calendar, now Liverpool. And Liverpool want to finish the league strongly. So Liverpool, let's not assume, say Liverpool go beat Aston Villa, which means if Tottenham also collect, even if na 1 point against Manchester City, they will be 3 points behind Aston Villa. Then everything will go down to the final day. Nobody knows what will happen at the Selhurst Park between Crystal Palace and Aston Villa. I just give all these permutations. They look out like I'm trying to see whether Tottenham Hotspur will have an incentive to actually play better against Manchester City, even though on paper it's looking like Manchester City will beat them, but look at see whether they fit get something we go fit ginger them to fight and not just to want Man City to beat them. When you look at the table, like all the things why they explain, if you check, you see say Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, they already qualified for Champions League. Now, like I'm telling you, look at the point difference between Aston Villa and Tottenham Hotspur. It is 7 points, but Aston Villa don't play 36 games. Tottenham Hotspur don't play 35 games. So we look say, okay, if they play their outstanding against Burnley and then win, they will be 4 points behind these people. So more just see how everything will be. Say it happen like this, you get more just see. Because I want Tottenham to still have something to fight for. Because if they don't get anything they fight for, then they don't go really pull body. But if they still get something to fight for, they're not going to listen to what the fans they talk. Because and I get what I even forget to tell myself. When you look at the table again, look at no focus on Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa. Now focus on Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur. Look at the point difference. Newcastle are just 4 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. Now Tottenham Hotspur they fifth. That fifth place now Europa League slot, which means whoever finishes fifth is going to go to Europa League. So if Tottenham Hotspur go to lose guard against Burnley, against Manchester City, and whoever it is they're playing next, Newcastle can usurp them, which means Tottenham Hotspur finish sixth, and when that happens, that means that Tottenham Hotspur will go UEFA Europa Conference League, which is not something they would want. So all this is now still secondary, like extra motive for them to want to do well. It's just unfortunate that at this point in our lives, we are depending on Tottenham Hotspur to do us a favor. And something like this happened for the WSL, the Women Super League. You get now Manchester City now they top the table. Manchester City they gap Chelsea with 6 points. Now, Manchester City can play Arsenal. So Arsenal can beat Man City. As Arsenal beats Man City now, Chelsea can play one of their own match. Because Chelsea get to outstanding. Chelsea can play one of their match against Bristol. So they beat Bristol 8-0 yesterday. So now Chelsea don't be behind Man City with 3 points. So when you look at it mathematically, you will see say Arsenal actually did Chelsea a favor. Even though no be Arsenal aim an objective to do that, because Chelsea already they win the WSL. I think tomorrow know they monopolize the league. That their manager, Emma Hayes, that woman, the woman just they win everything. So some people will say, why Arsenal no draw against Man City? When Man City at least win them for the first time in a long while. But football no be 1 + 1 = 2. Everybody want to do well to represent themselves, and that is something we expect the likes of this Tottenham Hotspur to actually do. You're not doing us a favor for anything. It's for your own good. So it is what it is. Okay, exactly from what the Daily Mail is saying. This story what they tell you now about the Arsenal women. That's what the Daily Mail have on their story. Say Manchester City let it slip late on to blow the WSL title race wide open, with Arsenal Stina Blackstenius scoring twice to put Emma Hayes Chelsea back in control of their destiny. Because initially they were not in control of their destiny. It was Manchester City that were in control, but Arsenal don't give them a way back. Which, if you ask Arsenal fans, they no go like them. You get, because Chelsea now winner. In fact, the way Man City stay the color B, the EPL, now so Chelsea just they win the thing they go, but it is what it is. All right, so moving on. So when you say Crystal Palace, the reason say they would like to carry Reece Nelson to go to Crystal Palace if they sell Michael Olise, you get, at the end of the season, because the guy gets so many people who won't sign up. For that reason, they say in case he leaves, if that happens, then they will come carry Reece Nelson. And I think if they won't carry Reece Nelson, I don't think Arsenal will object, because how many game time the guy they even really gets for Arsenal when he did. So it makes zero sense to come and keep him here and say make him no go anywhere. That's my own take. You get, if you see opportunity to play elsewhere, make it just go pursue greener pasture. I see people in the comment section, they say Fulham is going to do the good job. Yes, all these things, it is easier said than done. It's no easy. Marco Silva, the coach of Fulham, I think it was yesterday, he was saying they will not lie down like a doormat for Manchester City. But other one at church, when match starts, it's going to be happening. Are they happy saying now at least now Fulham they home? Get nobody said the possibility of it happening, no day. But what is the probability? What is the likelihood of that happening? Don't you think Fulham will capitulate when the pressure machine of Man City with the Eli Haaland will just score 4 goals of recent? You know, go easy. You get that kind of match. If by 70 minutes Man City never score, I'll come cool down watch. And that kind of match, you go just pass 1, pass 2. You know, go watch first half. You just free. That kind of 30 minutes, you just go look what's in the happen. The 60-0, you go say, what's the happen? You just calm down. Don't need that kind of 70 minutes. Go see before you consider. Because that kind of match, the rush hour where they go give Fulham, Fulham no go believe him. But I like the fact that Fulham the manager the top tough. Fulham have no dog in the fight. They are not in the relegation battle. They are not going for Europe. They just they safe. So they're not really there under pressure to perform. They'll be having fun at home. So we'll just watch. If you can say the match, will not even think. Man City will go drop points. The one who they expect them to drop points, they feel not even go drop points. But we'll just watch and see how everything holistically go unfold. Now they're going to ask Odegaard about the things where Eric Ten Hag done the talk ahead of our match. In fact, according to Football London, for this report, Football London do an expose on how many times after we beat this Manchester United for the Emirates Stadium, we'll be saying for the press conference, Ten Hag will still they mention this Arsenal team. Say we were supposed to beat Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. They count them 4 different times on 4 different occasions. After then we'll beat one small team, we'll say, this reminds me when we went to the Emirates Stadium. We deserve to win that match. We deserve to shake it on. So now, what did I call it? Say, you don't pay attention to all those because now mind games. Yes, we know the job we have to do. We have to win the remainder of our games. This will not be what they hide again. It's no longer an open secret that we have to win all our games, not to win the league, to stand a chance. It's crazy to stand a chance of winning the league, and our winning is still dependent on City dropping a point. We don't need to lose. We need them to actually draw. And for the fact that Fulham game is coming before our own game, I like them. You get so make them play, because most times when we first of all play, the Man City go they forced to reply. You come like say will they help them? I think the Manchester Evening News actually put out that report. Say Manchester Arsenal, they actually help this Man City to actually win their own games. I saw that report somewhere. I can't remember. I don't have that image again. I saw it. I read it today. The talk say anytime we Arsenal first Man City play, Man City go make sure say they must replicate whatever we put out. If we win 3-0, they go 1 win 4-0. If we win 2-0, they go 1 win 3-0. So it can't be like say we they motivate them and we they ginger them. So this time, now then go first play. Then we go need to respond. They will play against Fulham. Then Pep don't talk say whether they play first or whether they don't play first. So them know say they are 9 points away from lifting their 4th consecutive trophy, setting a new record in the Premier League. So more just the watch the first and play. So after them play, we'll go play next. So more just see how everything will unfold at the end of the day. It is what it is. So what's we go do now? Would they hope on Fulham? So Fulham go help us run up, I guess. So if they do one for us, then we'll see how things will be. Now, away from that, so the Mirror, they put out a report where Mirror can talk about the goalkeeper of this Bournemouth side, Travers. So the goalkeeper can talk plenty things about what really happened. Say, ain't going to give your own side of the story. Say what happened. Say no really mean now. You get say in just say making stretching legs. Say after all. Say now football, say no be implant, say one go like hold Kai Havertz's leg. You get so and you know say if referee already blow for this kind of thing, referee know they easily carry the ball go back. So you know go they easy. So the guy they talk plenty say no really mean they say na Kai Havertz 9 touch am. Say him stretching leg. So what do people they expect? Say make him stand there, make Kai Havertz shoot. Say he go stretching leg normal now, he go make himself big. So I say make himself big, Kai Havertz can go pull leg, you get no being touch am. But it is what it is. Referee already blew. But I just try to give your own reasons why everything happened the way it take happen. It's just somehow sad for the way it happened because me, I don't watch the thing. Since they like cause controversy, people say they talk say na penalty, some say no be penalty, but it is what it is. We say we don't suffer for the hand of VAR this season, so it is high time for other people to suffer small. Even though it may not be right, but it is what it is. We say we don't suffer small, so life not turn by turn. So me themselves see they very very easy. Now away from that, so Piers Morgan can't go for Twitter, can they address Tottenham Hotspur based on the match where Tottenham Hotspur gets against Manchester City. So Baba can they explain say for the first time in your lives, Omo, the guy talk tough. He say for the first time in your miserable little lives, grow a pair of balls. If you roll over against Man City on the 14th, eternal domination falls on you. Like the guy they talk tough, say, you must do and say nothing, you must do and but no be so it be. No be so it be. Whether you talk am, you no talk am. Like what Jamie Redknapp said yesterday. Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur are going to turn up regardless. That is why I want to do my research, I want to find whether they really get anything to fight for. And the truth is, yes. Imagine this scenario. Spurs beat Burnley. Spurs only 4 points behind Aston Villa with 2 games to go. Spurs can't beat Man City. Spurs will get 1 point behind them. And Aston Villa's next match is Liverpool. Imagine that kind of scenario now. And Postecoglou will tell you, say, guys, imagine you beat this Man City. We are going to Champions League. If they can beat Man City, they are surely. If Spurs can beat Man City, their Champions League are assured. Because they will get 1 point behind this Aston Villa. And Aston Villa next match is against Liverpool. Liverpool will be saying, they don't find their form at the moment. So all things being equal, we are seeing indices, signs and symbols that is showing us that Liverpool will beat Aston Villa. If that happens, why won't... In fact, they can even qualify for Champions League before the final week of the season itself. So all these things, nothing's really on the table. They are all to be used to motivate this Tottenham. So maybe they feel do once in their life. Make them do it for us. But it is what it is. So when they asked about the biggest news of the day is the fact that David Moyes, who is the West Ham manager, so back on the comments, they talked about the reason we made them lose against this Chelsea side with the chop 5-0, saying that Declan Rice make them lose. So ever since when Declan Rice come out, they never really get anybody who they protect the back for the way he does it. Although they buy other thing from Ajax, initially when the guy come, they praise him, good, they do that. So I'm not missing Declan Rice. Only for them to do a merry-go-round now. Call the talk say now Declan Rice and then miss for them to chop that 5-0. For me, I don't subscribe to that line of thoughts. Don't be Declan Rice do now. After all, now they play very well. Now don't they play well this season. Now collect points from Liverpool. Let's see them collect points from our hands. Now collect points from some high big teams. Now no blame Declan Rice. Nah, Declan Rice. They could take points from us this season. You no blame Declan Rice then. So man, I don't leave all those emotional blackmail a bit. So my dear Arsenal lovers, I think the fine place for us to call the show an end. So till I come your way in the evening. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now get out and bye guys.